Oh, they don't actually work for you, though. Right, great. Alright. When we last left you, you were racking your brains at Callahan's place. The puppies are here now. Tina! Can I talk to you now,
Jake,
Tina?
I don't think my family can ever repay you.
You already have.
How is that?
It's like we have a new member of the family.
Here.
No.
Do you want to tell us what happened there now?
Jake,
Oops.
What?
it's a rule we have against prying.
These days it's typical to allow one's curiosity to get the better of one's manners. I'm sorry.
You are unnaturally civilized. And it's not as if I don't want to talk about it, but this doesn't seem like the time or place.
You may find it's exactly correct place, but you pick the time.
Where are you going to go now?
Coney Island. Where else?
Alright. Dracula dog. Dogcula? I mean, we've got Dracula right over here. Who's the pet? Oh, it's Sasha! Oh, so it is Sasha! Sasha's learned how to fly again, and Piotr couldn't be happy about it. No.
Jake,
What do you think is going on?
I think some people are not what they appear to be. I don't know who that was, but I'd say there's a better than average chance that he is not what he tried to appear to be. That said, I also think that if the creator of this universe were to wander into any bar on Earth, it would have to be Callahan's.
What about Casimir's?
Maybe, but at Casimir's, it's theme night.
He is a bit Walken-esque, you're right. Anyone else that we have spent time with that we might want to say hello to? Oh, hello, Alfie.
Is this real?
Who knows? Didn't a great man once say, life is but a dream?
If you ask me, I'd
hello,
say we're
Diddy.
all suffering from a mass hallucination.
That's the most plausible theory I've heard yet.
Thank you.
David the Impaler. And of course, we've got Josie over here.
Yeah?
What do you think? Was he for real?
Don't you?
He certainly seems to have taken a liking to you, Jake. He's been following you around for days. Or for 20 minutes, depending on how you look at it.
I feel like if I buy into what he's saying, that'll make it true for sure. And if I don't buy into it, maybe there's some hope that he's just blowing smoke.
I'm pretty sure he's not. Look at it this way. He might be some maniac who wants to poison us all. But if that's what he wants to do, why the elaborate story in The Vanishing Act, which I have to say was pretty impressive? I mean, why not just poison us?
And if I leave that bottle on the bar, I'm gonna die a crazy old man because I never knew.
Provided
Yep.
Parabolus was lying and the world's not about to come to an end. Trust your instincts, Luke.
Who's Luke?
Did I say Luke? I meant Jake.
Right.
Okay. Doc, you got anything to say?
Yeah, Jake. I think I'm still here.
What did you think of Parabolus's speech?
I think he's either telling the truth or more likely he's insane. Either way, I think he's convinced he's telling the truth.
So you'd vote that demented.
Of course he meant it. That's what I'm saying.
Demented. As in, he meant it. Noah, you got anything?
How about it, waiter?
This isn't my table.
Come on, give me a shot of that. I'll drink to non-competitive sports if it'll make you happy.
Oh, that'll work. Joe, you got anything?
What do your instincts tell you about Parabolus?
He's on the level. Someone get this man the dry erase board.
How can you be so sure? Wow.
Oh.
I agree.
Whoops.
I'm stepping out. You in with me? Or is going out for you, and you'd be more into staying in?
You mean, am I up for what's going down?
No, I mean, can you get down with what's up?
Yes, I can get behind it. Alright, time to drink the poison. You lift the bottle from the bar. It's feather light, which makes it unsubstantial, but weight aside, it feels like a cool, thick glass. The contents slosh around in slow motion. Not quite lava lamp slow, but definitely ocean in a bottle slow. Come on. Excuse me. Oh, I gotta pour it in a glass. I've got a shot glass right here. You pour yourself a shot from the crystal glass, then you do the same for everyone else. The last drop out of the bottle fills the last crystal shot glass perfectly.
Thank you.
Certainly.
Shall we?
By all means.
As everyone downs their shot. The liquid goes down like a bullet and it hits your stomach so quickly and strongly that at first it's causing physical pain, but then the warmth begins to spread. No, it's definitely not melon liqueur. It's shooting roots below your stomach and branches above, tendrils of comforting numbing warmth that envelop your entire body within 10 seconds. Whee! And now some 3D. Man, the amount that Mike must spend on glass. Noah is the first to fling his glass into the fireplace. Everyone else follows suit. The entire bar, or maybe just your brain, takes a sudden violent lurch. In the same split second, a piercing bolt of bluish-white light fills the room, or maybe just your brain, and then evaporates like the light from a flashbulb. The atmosphere in the room turns heavy and oppressive, the feeling of an impending thunderstorm.
What the hell was that?
Everybody all right?
We're moving very slightly. I can feel the bar rocking.
So, we all going?
Where?
Out. There, wherever we're supposed to go.
You believe that guy?
I do now.
I do too.
Me too. That was not a figment of his imagination.
And you really want to go out there?
Yeah, I mean, why not? I can't believe where I've been tonight. So what's one more hike, just because this one is as implausible as all the others put together?
I want you to know that I take that implausible crack personally.
So do I.
Me too.
Me too.
You all take crack personally?
Anyway, I figure I'm hot right now, so I think I'm gonna walk out that door. Anyone who wants to come with me is welcome to join me.
I'll come. Why should you get all the glory?
I'll come. I could use a walk.
Mike, you're coming, right?
But Mike just grins at you and goes back to tending bar. Almost everyone seems to be in more of a party mood than ever. And of course, the music that we're hearing right now is the guy who wrote the novels, Smokey Robertson. You open the door and step out into, well, you're not quite sure what or where you're stepping into. It's a familiar feeling. You and Josie are first to walk out the door, and then your rubbernecking prompts impatient catcalls from Noah, Pietra, and Alfie. Catcalls are against Ralph's religion. Awestruck, you wander out into the infinite landscape of living light that gives the Aurora Borealis Venus envy. Parabolus has cut out things just a little closely, forcing you to move single file
Dreamlike haze.
along the fragment of parking lot that still clings to the bar. A few feet you turn to see Callahan, set against the vast light show, flanked by a behemoth ruin.
Jesus, where are we?
If anybody wants to say, Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, I'll let them get away with it. This time only.
What is this miasma?
No,
Miasma.
I don't think bronchial spasms alone could explain all this.
Indeed. We've got some crags, massive flat top blocks of rock hangs motionless in utter still air. And then of course we have the steps. It might be hundreds of steps, or it might be less than 100, it's hard to tell. All you know that there are too many and you don't want to have to count them all. Count! The sky is giving you enough of a headache as it is. Counting steps will only make it worse. Miasma, yes. One by one, over the course of the next 15 minutes, your motley crew reaches the top of the stairs. Josie gets ahead of everyone and mocks the rest of you just slightly. Noah is the most affected by the climb and immediately sits at the top couple of steps. He sticks a cigarette in his mouth and lights it all in one fluid, economical motion. His friend's concerned disapproval burns his back. Despite the vibrantly shifting air, there's no wind to blow out his lighter, no discernible movement of air at all. The smoke Noah exhales hangs immediately in front of him, refusing to either drift or disperse. Suspended like fruit cocktail and jello, you sense Noah's confusion better than you can sense your own. Ralph trots a short distance away from the cloud and sits on pants facing Callahan's. A tiny whine escapes his throat. The deep disturbance he feels at the complete lack of any scent in the atmosphere is almost palpable. Maybe it's just the occasion mixed one-to-one with your bottomless exhaustion, but you suddenly realize that you're sensing what everyone else is feeling, and that they're all discovering the same sensation within themselves. The rise and fall of everyone's breathing synchronizes. You form in your mind a comment about Siamese septuplets, but before you can voice it, everyone hears it coming. The sensation evaporates almost instantaneously, leaving behind an equilibrium you weren't even aware was lacking. Each of you absorbed a little piece of each other's most acute emotions. Alfie's agitations, Ralph's olfactory unease, the Professor and Marianne and your own weary excitement.
Well, somebody just shoot us up with psychic Prozac?
That was the real stuff.
Mass hypnosis?
Isn't that redundant?
It's this place.
Yeah, what about this place anyway?
You get to your feet and explore the ruin. Walking from one end to the other, you come across a single corridor leading away from the center point of the facade. A brass plaque on the door says toothpick. A brass plaque on the door reads thief. The word one is inscribed on the plaque mounted on the door.
What kind of names are these?
I don't think they're names.
If those aren't names, what are they? Several more of the doors are half formed out of the crimmering mist. Crimmering? That's a new one. But there is nothing readable on them. This door says. The plaque on this door is airy. Thank you for squirting, Dee Dee. Wait, whoops. The door in this door, the name on this door is Mime.
There better not be a mime back there.
How does he expect us to find him?
We still haven't tried every door.
Yeah, but he could have said to his last door on the right or something.
He's gotten a lot of cheap thrills out of watching Jake jump through hoops tonight. I think he gets off on it. He likes to see us rack our little brains for his entertainment pleasure.
Sounds about right. The brass plaque on this door says other. Ooh, rub the carpet. No static, interesting atmosphere they have here. The thin carpeting with the repetitive pattern may not be much to look at, but it's absorbing 100% of the sound your feet make, and you feel like you're walking on 6-inch thick Broyhill shag. You find no stray debris anywhere on the vast carpet. The edge of the carpet is smoothly integrated with the floor itself. Let's talk to our... Finally, Callahan's gets... You mean just finally gets weird for... Maybe you're paranoid, but you can't help but feeling your companions, Josie, Piotr, Noah, Alfie, Joe, and Ralph, are thinking he's gotten us this far. But what has he done for us lately? I meant to say talk to.
Hey, Josie. Pussycat.
Right here.
See what happens? You have one little drink too many.
You knew you were going to take it. We all knew.
How so?
Look at what kind of night you had. You think it was just coincidence? This one night that we find out the end of the world is nigh, you get sent into space, the future, around the world. You'd have to be stoned not to realize that it's all been leading up to something.
Well, that ain't it, because I ain't stoned, and I never saw it coming.
Well, maybe you were in the eye of it, you know?
This is true. Also, hello, Fur.
Hey, Josie. Pussycat.
Right here.
So this is Oblivion.
It's a lot more colorful than I pictured it.
And for an infinite void, there really is an interesting mix of architectures.
This is true. Got one
Hey,
more thing
Josie.
to ask her.
Pussycat.
Right here.
You have any idea how to get into these doors?
If I knew how, I'd do it, damn it.
This is true. Alright, next one on the cap. Piotr.
Piotr, let's talk.
Yeah, boss?
You want to help us out here?
I am. Let me concentrate. Just keep trying, and when I get it, I'll let you know.
Uh-huh.
Piotr, let's talk.
Yeah, boss?
What do you think?
Either Parabolus is telling us the truth, or this is a very elaborate practical joke. The guys at Finnegan's pub in Deer Park are just capable of pulling off something like this.
Are they, though?
Noah, old pal of mine?
Jake, I gotta say, this is one of those days where everything I see, I say, now I've seen everything.
Mm-hmm.
You have any idea how to open any of these doors?
Believe me, I'd tell you, just keep trying. I'm sure something will come to me, unless it doesn't.
Thanks, that was helpful?
Noah, old pal of mine?
Jake,
Check out these walls, man.
I know. Talk about the halls of vapor action.
Yeah, maybe we're on mentholyptus.
Okay.
Hey, Al. Yeah, you.
You know, I'm actually enjoying this.
I'm confused.
I'm confused.
About what?
How could I have been to the future if we have no future?
That's something to be optimistic about, huh? Maybe that means we have to have a future.
Unless the future you're from is just one of an infinite variety of futures, of which no future is also an infinite possibility.
No, I don't think so.
And upon what do you base that opinion?
I base it on the fact that I don't like it.
Oh, so that we can just ignore everything we don't like. Good, good.
You don't seem like the type to come along, that's all.
I'd go crazy if I sat in the bar wondering what was going on. I may go crazy anyway.
It is confusing here.
I'm confused about what I was originally confused about. Never mind. Ever seen lighting effects like these before?
Not since I plowed into the Paleolithic at top speed, broke my collarbone and my Timex.
Oi!
Just wanted to make sure you hadn't gone into shock.
No, I'm doing okay. A little jumpy, but okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Alright, what about Joe?
Joe, come here.
Oh, and a interrobang.
You hear anything behind these doors?
You and Joe do a circuit up and down the halls. Joe's expression growing, first perplexed, then resigned. Finally, he stops and scribbles. They're all dead. Sound dead. Doesn't sound like there aren't rooms on the other side. Sounds like there isn't an other side.
You're a take charge kind of guy. Want to take charge?
Why? You're doing great.
How do you figure that?
We're not dead yet.
You didn't happen to bring any cool spy stuff, did you?
Just this cool spy notebook and a cool spy pencil.
And your super intelligent dog pal.
Yeah, but he's not very high-tech.
Never mind, I can see you're running dangerously low on paper.
Joe smiles grimly but writes nothing. And then finally Ralph.
Ralph?
Yes, Jake?
Pick up anything?
Pick up any interesting sense?
None at all. It's very disturbing. It's oppressive. It's as if I'm taking a shower with a raincoat on. Do you know the feeling?
Yeah, I'm afraid I do. Can you smell parabolas behind any of these doors?
Jake, I can't smell anything. If it were not for the fact that we are apparently breathing, I'd say we were in a vacuum. The sound is also not right. It does not carry the way it ought to. This simulation of our atmosphere and our reality is sleepshod. I'm finding it acutely uncomfortable.
Okay, don't go off by yourself.
Don't worry. I don't like this place and I've got nowhere to go.
Why don't you go over in the corner there? I'm sure Parabolus will understand.
I would bite you for that. Except that you might bite back.
This is true. Let's just try knocking on the doors. Not only is there no answer, but the door itself doesn't sound like there's a hollow space behind it. Let's try this one. It sounds like you're knocking on solid wood, not a door. Nobody responds. No answer, no reverberation. The door seems a solid part of the surrounding wall. You knock 3 times, but no one meets you in the hallway. Don't knock if you haven't tried it. You knock, then pound on the door. You get no, then no answer. From all around, you hear a disembodied voice say, "That's a good start." You knock on the door with mixed results. The knocking part goes fine. The follow-up is anticlimactic. I don't know. You guys got anything else?
Hey, Joe.
Right here.
Nope.
Piotr,
Yeah, but
Nope.
what are you...
either parabolas.
I was hoping that you guys would have something. At the end of the hallway is a blank wall of fog. Excellent. Knock on more doors. You try and knock, but your fist sinks into the misty mist and the dusky dusk. There is an ad break in just under 3 minutes. So we had a different message when we knocked on that. That's a good start. Just gonna randomly knock. I feel wrong about that kind of being all on one side. They do kind of have like a kind of great, like some of them sound really thin and some of them sound not thin. See, again, that's a good start. It'd be good if it told me that, you know, like, that it was happy, you know, at a certain point. Hey! I do remember it. Knock on the open door. Hi, Parabolas.
Very good. Come in.
Nice office.
That's exactly correct.
Somehow I didn't get the actual
it's
clue
my
that they
first
tell you to
attempt
work it
at
out.
A nice office.
It
Do
is
you mind if
very
I
nice.
ask what I might expect to pay if I wanted to rent, say, a small office in the area?
No, this is just something I threw together because I hoped you were coming. A semi-illusionary interface between my world and the one you exist in.
It's a little hazy.
Well, I'm a little hazy. I didn't remember all the details. I didn't spend much time on your little ball there. But should be a safe environment for you. I checked for holes in the floor, and I made
Nice.
sure not to have any... What is it you people worry about? Tropical oils in the atmosphere?
That's very close. Thank you for trying.
I trust your trip went smoothly. The anesthetic. Good stuff, eh?
The bottle.
Yes, my private label. Well, the board is meeting, so now that you're here, I have a few more notes to go over, and we can go in.
Go in where? You're going to tell us where we are?
Right. You're outside of your universe. That's it, in the display case over there, top left. And you're coming
It's a
with me
fractal
to
gradient.
convince the board not to cut your funding. Your universe, like my other universes over there, and like the ones we all create here, are funded by the Cosmic Endowment. Now, the endowment's being cut, and we're, having to tighten the old belt on things like matter and energy. Actually, the matter doesn't matter. It's the energy that's really the matter. So they'll just pull out the plug and your stars will go out.
We'll freeze to death.
Could be. See, about the time they cut off the power, they usually cut the time, too.
Oh.
So you won't have a chance to freeze to death. You'll just stop. And they'll recycle the matter later on for lawn furniture, probably.
That's kind of
Big lawn
handy.
furniture.
Now, let's see what you got in here. It's not a banker's lamp. Goddamn, you should have had a banker's lamp. You go to turn on the lamp, but there's no switch.
I don't see the lamp switch.
It's
It
also
doesn't
on, because
switch.
look,
It
it's...
stays a lamp.
How do you turn the light on?
The light?
Never mind.
But it's throwing light, so light must be there.
That's a handsome lamp. Brass?
No, it's pure dialectical materialism, but the finish makes it look like brass.
The familiar symbol on the CPU identifies it as a do-it-backwards 166 megahertz Pentium. Back on Earth, this is the only system that has an extra key on the keyboard for automatically dialing tech support. Can I use
Careful, please don't. That's my stock software.
it? Oh, interesting.
You know what this looks like?
To me, it's something quite beautiful that you couldn't comprehend. To you, unless I've missed my guess, This is a piece of what you call fine art.
This is not fine art. This is an advertisement for Stetson cologne.
Oh dear. I was thinking the advertisement was the girl with the nice smile. Toothpaste.
Mona Lisa brand from Da Vinci?
Right.
No.
You're a little mixed up.
I'm sorry, I'll change them.
It's not necessary.
The Stetson ads aren't that bad. It's an interesting choice.
Yeah. Is it the same thing? Parabolus has artistically provided the Stetson advertisement in reverse. Because that's art.
What kind of plant is that? Rather, what kind of plant would that be if it were a real plant?
Schefflera.
Gesundheit.
Ooh. Gesundheit, indeed. Pluck. You pluck a leaf from the plant. The moment you do, the leaf vanishes in a wisp of coloured haze, and a thought occurs to you. The thought flits around quickly out of your mind before you can give voice to it.
Hey. If you're going to be plucking ideas, the least you can do is remember them.
Ooh, interesting. So they are ideas.
Is this the one you said was our universe?
That's it exactly. I call it Raymond. Look at the craftsmanship in that universe. You know what? It's still expanding. I hold the unofficial record for keeping my universes expanding the longest. And I fixed it so that you can tell how old it is by counting the pulsars and multiplying by 47.
Oh, very calculated. Formulaic? There we go.
Is this another universe?
Yes, this is Lynn. Lynn was my first universe, so it's also sort of a good luck charm for...
So, that makes it your quasi-mojo.
I had a little hunch back at the bar you'd say that.
Somehow.
What's being displayed in this case?
Those are my 4 universes. They're not as splashy as some, but I think they have an artistic integrity that puts everyone else's to shame.
No.
Is this universe contracting?
Snuffy? Yup.
Oh. Why?
Maybe you just got out of the shower.
Poor Snuffy. The red universe has a small masking tape label that reads Rusty's.
What's causing the color of this universe?
Lots of red giants?
Supernovas.
Is it hell?
Grenadine.
Oh, grenadine. That should be fun. We looked at the plant. Floor. The floor is a half-inch thick shag plastic. Parabolus has clearly confused the concept of carpet with the appearance and structure of a linoleum tile. Whoops. Oh, a chair. An armchair upholstered in thick fabric and embroidered with a grandmotherly design sits to one side. You flop into the armchair.
Ow! My Gottenhimmel! This thing is solid marble. The cushions, everything.
Maybe
Yikes.
Parabolus thinks this is what's meant by a rocking chair.
Oh, potentially. And then, of course, we have a ticker tape machine.
What's the antique stock ticker for?
Well, what we do here is just a little complicated for your little minds to wrap around. But I think it's closest to what you think of as the stock market. We buy and sell all the countless aspects of existence, invest them in various universes, and attempt to cultivate new aspects and new connections. The trouble is, we haven't found anything exciting for eons. No matter how we combine these aspects and cross-pollinate, the same basic themes emerge to some degree on every plane of existence. No mutant concepts, so to speak. And thus, till I found you, that is.
And what did you find out about us? Parabolus is doing a lot of mulling and pensing in preparation for the board meeting. Let's hope he doesn't make the pence too long.
Wait. I'll be done in a minute.
I just wanted to ask you.
I just wanted to ask you.
I'm almost done. Please.
Okay. Can I?
Wait.
We don't really know why.
I only have a couple of minutes left. Just hold on.
Alright.
Okay. Dog and pony show time.
Oh.
Let's go.
The
All
litigants for our next case are now on their way into the courtroom. We'll be back for the case of Stop the World, I Want It Turned Off, after these messages.
Hi,
What
Josh.
the hell was that?
I just wanted to make you feel more at home. Isn't this how your legal system works?
No.
Yes, with Josh Mandel acting as a TV presenter.
Parabolus, you brought refreshments. We can
Oh.
always count on you.
Exhibits your authority.
Is he talking about us?
Oh, I hope not.
I don't think so. Seems like a long way to go to send out for snacks.
Listen to them.
Objection!
They're like little savory puffs of organic matter with rudimentary philosophical underpinnings. You
Yep,
really
that's us.
outdone yourself this time, Barabbas, and I thought those little things with the cool whip around the sides and the uranium in the middle were great. What were those called?
Mushrooms in a cloud?
Objection!
All right, Gingernich is right. Let's get on with it. Snacks later.
Thank you.
Parabolas, Gingernich was just giving us a look at Lynn, Raymond, Rusty, and Snuffy.
Oh,
Are
Snuffy.
you through with your presentation, Gingernich?
Almost. I want to go on record that I am personally horrified by the prospect of shutting down the Universe Generation Project. I don't need to tell you how important it is and blah, blah, blah.
Objection.
And blah, blah, blah.
I'll sustain that. Gingernich, can you be more specific?
Well, my love of evolving universes is well known. The element of chaos we create out of the simple percolation of matter and energy has challenged the way we look at our omniety. But what has come out of the universes since then? A few aesthetically pleasing molecules, some very amusing theological constructs.
Cool Whip.
But these are divertissement and folderol. Certainly not a proper expenditure of this administration's continuitesimal empiricism. So while I believe the universes have served their purpose admirably, even I must regretfully conclude that there's simply no justification for maintaining them further. Besides, I need Parabolas for other projects right now, to help take up the slack for the cuts we've made in the ephemerally Cosmic Insurance Corporation.
Advertisements and folderol? Is he actually talking like this?
He's not saying those words. He's not actually saying anything. But the way you're hearing it is the essence of what he's expressing.
Thank you, Gingernich.
Gingernich definitely was a voice on King's Quest
He's
6.
a lifelong immortal. He enjoys the outdoors, and his hobbies are gourmet cooking and creating the universe. Let's give a warm galactic overlord welcome to Parabolas.
Thank you, Your Authority. I'll attempt to make this as brief as possible. The charge has been leveled against continuation of the Universe Generation Project on the grounds that it no longer produces viable conceptual material. These entities are with me to help me prove otherwise. They are from Raymond, one of my more ambitious universes. This race interacts in ways which I believe are unique. For one thing, they have a concept called friendship, a rarefied condition in which two entities not only communicate, but receive a special enjoyment from the mere act of communication. They also share a trust that permits them to touch each other spiritually without hurting them, most of the time.
Interesting. Is there any example or tangible manifestation of this bond we might see?
Oh, the dog whistle. Oh gosh, what music.
What is this?
A silent whistle. Ralph comes when I call it.
So the whistle impels this creature to join the other?
No, I don't answer it because I have to, or because I'm required to, but simply because I like to.
This is in no way unique. Certain entities, even in our realm, enjoy the presence of certain other entities.
Friendship may be a worthwhile concept, but hardly unique.
As I indicated, Your Authority.
Have they any other properties you would consider of infinitely redeeming value?
Most definitely. Is it not unique to find a race of creatures that work cooperatively in the spirit of altruism, that would risk their existence to save another race, even one with whom they cannot communicate or befriend, but simply because they feel their world is richer for the presence of this other race?
That's intriguing. Have you brought any physical manifestations of this trait?
The chocolate bar?
What is this?
An example, Your Authority. This was created by these two entities out of the spore of a third entity with whom they can neither communicate nor befriend, but for whom they risk their lives to prevent its extinction.
Objection.
I mean,
On
we did
what
make
grounds?
it into something edible.
What you hold in your hand gives sensory pleasure to these creatures at the expense of the creature they saved, thus rendering their act selfish, not altruistic. In fact, altruistic acts give these creatures spiritual pleasure. It feels good for them to commit what they laughingly refer to as altruistic acts. Therefore, the acts are hardly altruistic.
Always?
Often enough.
Mother Teresa, the shameless hedonist.
I'm afraid, Parabolus, that Gingrich's point is well taken. Have you any more evidence of worthwhile singularities that might be grounds for maintaining the universe?
If it please the board, Parabolus is grasping at straws.
I have to agree.
One more item, Your Authority, and I believe I can satisfy your requirements.
Oh, satisfy them.
Speak.
This race laughs.
Which is?
They go to great lengths, sometimes disgusting lengths, to invoke in each other a spontaneous,
They spelled
involuntary
satis wrong.
explosion of positively charged energy. They use it for everything. To heal, to calm, to amuse, to define, to form and reinforce spiritual bonds, to deflect pain.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Of course you don't. If you understood it, it wouldn't be necessary to preserve it and study it. And they're the only race in all the universes that generate it.
Gingrich jots something on his notepad, tears off a note, and hands it to his assistant. The board members chat amongst themselves for a minute before continuing.
We are intrigued by this concept. For the current time, Gingrich, we'd like for you and Parabolus to maintain the Universe Generation Project until we've had a chance to study it. Agreed?
Point of order.
Yes?
It has come to my attention that this concept, which we have identified as humor, is not unique to Parabolus's universe. In one of the smaller universes under my charge, there is a race called the Flutwig, who use this laughter for the same purposes.
There must be some mistake.
Since the Flutwig universe is much smaller and more economical, I contend that Parabolus's Raymond universe be terminated. Should the board wish to study humor in the future, the Flutwig will be available at a greatly reduced cost.
But I was positive.
The board confers for a few moments. At one point, one of them closes their eyes and appears to go into a trance. When he awakens, they talk
I was
again
positive
briefly.
you were the only race that laughed.
Only one I know of.
It is true. The Flutwig are holders of humor. Gingrich's suggestion is a wise one. The Raymond universe is hereby closed, and we will hand down decisions on Parabolus's other universes shortly.
Objection.
This meeting is adjourned.
Parabolus, his jaw set, vanishes instantly. Gingrich smiles and vanishes as well, his aide going with him. You and your entourage begin to file out of the boardroom when you're greeted with a familiar voice.
The defendants are on their way out now. Mr. Stonebender, let me ask you something. How did you feel about the judge's decision to bring your world to an end?
Don't ask such stupid questions.
Yeah, King Graham. Doug looks at you in utter horror. His lower lip begins to tremble as if he's about to cry, but instead he evaporates before your eyes. Parabolus was furious, wasn't he?
Yes, and I don't think he's used to feeling that way.
Not like the rest of us. When you emerge from the mist, you find yourself standing back in the hallway. Parabolus's door is wide open.
Where's Parabolus?
Excellent question.
And I don't like what I see in that shell.
Yeah, it looks like we are...
It's gone.
Everything.
Raymond, what happened to you?
How long do you think before Callahan runs out of booze?
You try to pick up the universe, but it's attached to his base with several patch cords.
Noah, you want to try your hand at this?
Jake, I don't know the ramifications. I'd say leave it alone. Maybe it can be fired up again someday, right where it was when we last saw it. One big coitus interruptus. It's possible that if I fiddle with it, we'll lose even that chance.
Okay. Well, there's a briefcase here now. Parabolus left his briefcase behind, probably unintentionally.
I'm going to open his briefcase.
Why not? He's stranded us here. We have to do something.
You open the briefcase. Inside you find a computer printout, reams and reams worth, all with Raymond's name at the top, alongside with about a dozen other universes, including Parabolus's own Lynn, Rusty, and Snuffy. The list of assets and percentage go on and on. You hand out the printouts and everyone begins to scour them for something, anything out of the ordinary. Recalling Gingrich's words in the hearing, you look up Flutwig. You also look up humor to see how much of it the Flutwig have.
They don't have any. Zero humor.
Does anyone?
No, just us. We had 100% of the shares, and it's marked no sell.
So, Gingrich was lying. We have
How
a quality
dare he.
none of the other universes has. Perhaps we should take this into the board and show them.
Maybe he didn't have to lie. Maybe his flunky went out during the trial and engaged in a little skullduggery.
He would have needed to log on as Parabolus and change the no sell to a sell.
And then log on as Gingrich and put in a buy.
Yes.
Welcome to Sim Universe. Please speak your password to enter.
Ooh, do not know the password yet.
Duplicitous.
Invalid password. Terminating Sim Universe session.
Oh, hello, board member. He looks just like your grandfather. Fuzzy around the edges and everything. The board member serenely turns to face you.
Is there any sort of appeal process?
Our minds are open. Should the situation change, we will be happy to reassess our decision.
But what's happened to our world in the meantime?
Oh, yes. Your universe. I'm afraid it's closed down.
Can we get back to it?
No, it's closed. There's no energy now.
Permanently?
That word is meaningless.
Any other questions I can ask him?
Do you know where Parabolus is?
The board member turns his head slightly and his eyelids flutter. A moment later, he faces you again.
No, isn't that odd? He's not in any of his usual places.
Did you send him somewhere?
Good gracious, no. Why would we?
Maybe you cut his power, too. You know, when you turned off our universe, you killed billions of creatures just like ourselves.
Yes, just as you do, no doubt. You have insecticides, herbicides, antiseptics. You burn anthills. You disinfect and shampoo. Well, some of you do.
We're not wiping out intelligent life.
You have no concept of existence on that plane. You have no idea whether those creatures feel pain or have souls. It benefits you to kill, and you are able to justify it in many ways, as do we. All must make choices that may seem arbitrary to others.
I can't argue with him.
Drinky
I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I don't think you could get anywhere anyway.
Any other questions I can ask him?
Where can I find Gingrich?
He's gone to accounts conceivable.
When's he coming back?
Board member eyes roll back for a moment and then roll forward again.
There is a line. It will be several millennia.
Gosh.
What if I told you I think Gingrich may have cheated?
We have no cheating here.
But we have evidence.
No, you misunderstand. The concept does not exist. One does what one does. We have not established an objective standard.
But you understand what I mean by cheating then, so... Ooh. Gingrich has thoughtlessly left his notepad here. Fine, let him just wonder where it is. Well, let's use the old pencil and notepad trick. Oh, I have to pick it up first. You approach Gingrich's desk and stand in front of the notepad. While the board member's attention is on muttering complaints about how hard it is to find bargain on quantum state molar oil, you swipe the notepad. Part of it's been torn off. Okay, sweet. You deftly rub the pencil against the notepad, just like you've seen in the moving picture shows. Slowly words appear on the notepad, the letters emerging as white on a field of charcoal grey. It says, Human/Raymond, sell 1 share humor, buy for Flutwig account in QD 31416, Parab Glinda me shot. Lovely. So we're going to go back out.
Welcome to Sim Universe. Please speak your password to enter.
Yes, we're going to go with shot.
Greetings, Gingrich. How may I be of assistance?
Hello. What are my options?
You may conduct a new transaction, review prior transactions, perform a user maintenance function, or log off.
What are user maintenance functions?
Current user maintenance functions are check memory usage, check fragmentation, user help, or change password.
Well, I would like to conduct a new transaction.
I'd like to conduct a new transaction.
Very well. Will this be a buy or a sell?
This will be a sell.
Sell.
And for what universe will this sell be?
Flutwig.
The one with the Flutwig.
Very good, Gingrinich. Which aspect of universe QD31416 would you like to sell?
Humor.
Humor. Sell. Sell.
Processing request. Please hold. There is currently 1 share of aspect humor available for sale from the race Flutwig in universe QD31416. Would you like to sell 1 share of humor?
Yes.
Excellent. 1 moment, please. Thank you, Gingrinich. Your sale is complete. Is there anything else I can do for you, Gingrinich?
I would like to,
User maintenance
change
functions
the
for
password.
400, Alex.
Certainly, Gingrinich. Would you like a memory usage report, a fragmentation report, user help, or password change?
Password change, please.
I'll change my password.
Please speak your new password.
Duplicitous.
Please speak your new password again to verify.
Duplicitous.
Is there anything else I can do for you, Gingrinich?
I'd log off
I'll
now.
log off now, if it's all the same to you.
Thank you for using Sim Universe.
Sweet. Now we're gonna log in
Welcome to
as
Sim
Parapolis.
Universe. Please speak your password to enter.
Glinda.
Glinda.
Greetings, Parabolas. How may I be of assistance?
Hello. What are my options?
You may conduct a new transaction, review prior transactions, perform a user maintenance function, or log off.
What are user maintenance functions?
Current user maintenance function.
Yeah. We'd like to conduct a
I'd
new
like to
transaction.
conduct a new transaction.
We want to buy.
Very well, Parabolas. Will this be a buy or a sell?
Buy, please.
Buy.
And for which universe will this purchase be?
Raymond.
What other choices?
Parabolas, your universes are Raymond, Lynn, Rusty, and Snuffy. For which universe will this purchase be?
I'll buy something for Raymond.
Very good, Parabolas. For what aspect would you like to purchase shares?
Let's try humor.
Let's try humor.
Processing request. Please hold. There is currently 1 share of aspect humor available for purchase from the race Flutwig in universe QD31416. Would you like to purchase 1 share of humor?
Yes, please.
Excellent. 1 moment, please. Thank you, Parabolas. Your purchase is now complete. Shall I assign this aspect to a particular race?
Definitely. Please assign this aspect to the human race.
Processing. Attributed. Would you like to make another purchase at this time, Parabolas?
Nah.
Forget it. I'm not in a buying mood.
Very well, Parabolas. How may I be of assistance?
I think we can log off now.
I think I'll log off.
Thank you for using Sim Universe.
Oh, should I change his password as well?
Welcome to Sim Universe. Please speak your password to enter.
Yeah, because the other guy knows what the password
Greetings,
is. So.
Parabolas. How may I be of assistance?
Make mine a user maintenance function, please.
Certainly, Parabolas.
I think I'd like to change my password.
Please speak your new password.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Please speak your new password again to verify.
Chocolate.
New password confirmed. Is there anything else I can do for you, Parabolas?
Nah.
I think I'll log off.
Thank you for using Sim Universe.
Now back to the boardroom. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Check now. Check on the Flutwig. See who's laughing now.
The board member's eyes flutter shut for several seconds. When he opens them, he smiles.
1 moment. Where's Parabolas? I don't know. Gingrinich.
Your authority. What's this about?
The tremendous act of generosity on your part, of course.
What act of generosity?
You have made Parabolas' universe, Raymond, the sole proprietor of humor.
When did I do that?
You had to know we would reinstate funding.
I did no such thing. You must have made a mistake.
There's a brief pause.
Ditto.
Reconfirmed.
Don't say ditto. I hate that word.
No, wait. Wait just a minute. Get me a laptop.
I'm sorry, that's not available.
Budget cuts.
Haven't you heard?
Turn Raymond back on.
Done.
Damage report?
Well, all matter should have lost about a third of its density by now, but everything it's measured by will also have lost a third of its density, so they'll never know the difference.
But that's ridiculous. I used
You did. What?
Used Parabolus's password.
Is this true?
I'll take care of him.
What a shame.
Maybe some time spent in Parabolus's universe would be good for Gingranich.
Change his perspective.
Give him a sense of humor.
I hear they have humility there, too.
In spades.
Humility.
You kidding? We got humility up the wazoo.
Ah, they're still here.
I'm sorry. Would you like to go home now?
Yes.
I like how Josie's full thing was just, I'm just gonna say yes now. Whee! Yay! The cars are still here. What? Hopefully it won't just crash into the ground and we'll all die. Whee! Everything's fine.
We suddenly found ourselves back in the bar, and as we blew through the universe, everyone crowded around the windows and tried to get a good view of the trip home. And we were glad to see that all the lights were back on and that home was just as we'd left it. Noah, Josie, Piotr, Ralph, Joe, Alfie, and I told the others about Raymond and Gingranich and Parabolus's little computer game. We didn't know what became of Parabolus. Some were understandably thinking we were pulling their legs. Some thought we were heroes, and some naturally made light of the situation.
Whoa. So the world ended for a while except in his bar. Does that mean we have to reset the clocks here or at home?
Here. Have you been through this before?
I was pondering that very same question while we were waiting for you to get back from wherever it was you went.
Well, I'm not so pleased with the way everything turned out. Don't look at me like that. Those of us here would have been the last people on Earth. And provided they'd resettled us in another universe, we would have been the forebearers of the next human civilization. I can't think of a bunch more qualified. Besides, I would have been the mother of all humanity. Cool job title, you know. Would have made me a divine being.
You're good.
You'd have had
but you're not
too many
divine.
kids, though.
God, is she always this power-hungry?
Oh, yes. Athena liked this once before.
Well, you better count me out of this. I lost Minerva.
Juno, I figured you'd say that. Go on, Scram. You left Demeter running.
Oh, I can see one of those going over your head, but it's Artemis too.
Don't be surprised. I knew I'd hear a series of puns if I acted like a little prima donna.
I'd like to exercise the option.
Oh, hello, Parabolus.
You've got the floor.
I'd like to beg my friend's forgiveness for not being there when I should have. I was so angry, and that was such a strange sensation. These bodies lead one to strange behavior. There's a constant surfeit of corporeal and spiritual noise.
That's exactly
You
correct.
went off in a huff.
How do
All right.
you creatures stay sane?
Maybe it's in the equation.
Right. I don't think there's a need for absolution here. Hate to say it, and I know you're a supreme being of some sort, but as far as being human goes, you were born yesterday. And for a human, I'm led to believe you did your best to do the right thing.
I just hope it's a long time before we come up for another budget review.
Not to worry. You've got some friends in high places.
What you mean you... Oh!
2 new friends.
We're loving it. Whoop, whoop. Here's comes Spider Robinson to sing again.
Up and died, and I received 100,000 from the will.
Of course, good old Josh.
So a friend and I decided to convert this into liquid form to better our esophagi to fill. So we started in the city, had a drink in every shitty little gin mill. That's really quite a few. Then a cabbie up in Harlem took us clear across the river into Brooklyn, where he joined us in the field. Now we was leaving just a trifle by the time we hit Astoria at 80 miles an hour in reverse. But that was nothing to the weaving that we did as we was moving from time to time and got a little worrisome. Well, nothing like drinking up
You know what I think's interesting is that they've got a different implementation team for every single area. I like that.
it was sent for, and I believe I ain't sober yet. As we crossed the city line, we was feeling mighty fine, sucking whiskey and whistling at the girls. The next saloon we tried, somebody wants to punch my eye. He objected to my long, shaggy curls. His fist come out of orbit, knocked me right.
Oh yeah, there was a
across
health
the bar,
system,
but
wasn't there? I just never used
In
it.
fact, I was a little disappointed when the coppers hit the joint just as I was making my rebuttal with a chair. But the coppers come a cropper because I made it to
Here's
the
all the
proper,
quality assurance
started by a
people.
ventilator shaft. I met my buddies in the alley as they run out through the galley, and we just ran and ran and laughed and laughed and laughed. And there's another like drinking up a windfall, baby. We were drunker than a monkey with a skin full. So goddamn drunk it was sent for, and I think I ain't sober yet.
I love that, like, they're like, here's the team, but then they have to, like, bracket every single person.
That's good. Hit me again.
Yep, Josh would have known what he was doing in terms of casting the voiceovers. Oh, good there, because I'm pretty sure the guy who did Gingradich, that he was from King's Quest 6. We'll just wait for his name to come up.
So goddamn drunk it was sent for, and I think I ain't sober yet.
Oh, Josh Mandel was the Fogato.
Halfway out of Levittown, we got our second wind. And that dog so down and out, it'd make you laugh. So I had another mug, my buddy had another jug, the cabbie had another pitcher and a half. We got to Suffolk County, we was going into overdrive. The word had spread, crowds begun to form. Drank our way from Jericho along 110 to the Merrick Road, just a boozing and a singing up a storm. I lost my buddy and the cab driver in the Hamptons somewhere. We was all drunker than it's possible to be. Finally come a time, I didn't have another dime. I sat on Montauk Point and wept into the sea. Well, there's nothing like drinking up a windfall, baby. We were drunker than a monkey with a skin full. So goddamn drunk it was sent for, and I think I ain't sober yet. Well, ain't nothing like a drinking up a windfall, mama. We were drunker than a monkey with a skin full. So goddamn drunk it was sent for, and I think I ain't sober yet.
Alright, man.
I want to tell you how I feel, love, but it will not come as news. I got no secrets to reveal, love.
Let's try that.
But I'm gonna say it anyway, 'cause I'm alone and you're away. I haven't got a blessed thing to lose. So here goes. Water ain't dry, sky goes up high, and a booger makes a mighty poor glue.
Good lord.
You can't hurt cats, bacteria don't wear hats, and I love you. Sugar ain't sour, and it's damp in the shower. Hurt is not a nice thing to do. Trees got wood, making love is pretty good, and I love you. Well, I'll be laboring the obvious. By now you've noticed all those good times. This is as practical an exercise as taping 20 cents to my transmission, so that anytime I want to, I can shift my paradigms. But God knows, goats don't vote, iron don't float, and a hippie don't turn down booze.
So Mike Pingra, he's only ever listed on Callahan's, but I know that voice. I think he might be what's it called? Not often you see a special thanks given to antidepressants. This is true.
Player on first base is named who?
They do good work, antidepressants.
Kids grow up.
I mean, like, what? Not even as antidepressants. They work really well with nerve pain.
I guess I didn't need to say it. It's just this message that my heart said.
And are we just sitting here until the music? There we go.